Look up at the night sky. Every star you can see is a sun. Many of those suns have planets. And around some of those planets, there may be oceans, atmospheres, continents, and perhaps even life. Now consider this. Our galaxy alone contains roughly 100 billion stars, and the observable universe contains hundreds of billions of galaxies. The numbers are so enormous that they become difficult to imagine. If even a tiny fraction of these worlds developed life, the universe should be overflowing with aliens.
Some should be more advanced than us. Some should be millions of years older than us. Some should have spread across entire galaxies. So why have we found absolutely nothing? No signals, no spacecraft, no alien cities, no evidence. Just silence. This mystery is known as the Fermi Paradox, and it may be one of the most important questions humanity has ever asked. Let's start with a simple assumption. Life appeared on Earth, which means life is possible. For billions of years, Earth was covered only with simple organisms. Then plants appeared. Then animals. Then intelligent beings. Eventually, one species learned how to build tools, create civilizations, and ask questions about the universe itself. Us. If this happened once, why couldn't it happen elsewhere? Scientists have discovered thousands of planets outside our solar system. Many appear to exist in the so-called habitable zone, where temperatures might allow liquid water. Water is important because every known living thing depends on it. And if there are billions of potentially habitable planets, then alien life should be common, at least in theory. But theory and reality are not always the same thing. The physicist Enrico Fermi once asked a deceptively simple question: where is everybody? Imagine a civilization only slightly more advanced than ours. Given enough time, it could build self-replicating probes, machines capable of traveling to distant stars and creating copies of themselves. Those copies could travel farther and create even more copies. Like cosmic dandelion seeds spreading across the galaxy. Even at relatively slow speeds, such probes could explore the entire Milky Way in a tiny fraction of the galaxy's age. The Milky Way is over 13 billion years old. A civilization that emerged millions of years before humanity would have had more than enough time to leave signs of its existence. Yet we see nothing. No probes, no megastructures, no unmistakable signals. Nothing. This is the paradox. The universe appears large enough for countless civilizations, but the evidence is zero. One possibility is surprisingly simple. Maybe life is extraordinarily rare. Perhaps creating life is much harder than we think. After all, Earth formed about 4.5 billion years ago, yet scientists still do not fully understand how non-living chemistry became living biology. Some researchers suspect this step may be incredibly unlikely. Maybe countless planets have oceans and atmospheres but never produce life. Perhaps Earth won a cosmic lottery with odds so small that it happened only once in our galaxy. If that's true, we may be alone. Not because life is impossible, but because it is unbelievably rare. But let's assume life itself is common. That still doesn't solve the problem, because simple life and intelligent life are very different things. For most of Earth's history, life consisted of tiny microorganisms. For nearly 3 billion years, nothing built cities. Nothing developed technology. Nothing looked at the stars. Intelligence may not be the natural destination of evolution. It may be a strange accident, an unusual branch that rarely appears. Dinosaurs dominated Earth for over 160 million years. Yet they never built radios, they never launched satellites, they never wondered whether they were alone. Perhaps intelligence is not inevitable. Perhaps it is incredibly uncommon. Then we arrive at one of the most unsettling ideas ever proposed: the Great Filter. The Great Filter suggests that somewhere between dead matter and galaxy-spanning civilizations lies a nearly impossible obstacle. Most civilizations never get past it. Maybe the filter occurs before life begins. Maybe it occurs after. We don't know, and that uncertainty is terrifying, because if the filter is behind us, then humanity is incredibly lucky. We already survived the hardest step. But if the filter is ahead of us, then our future may be much darker. Imagine a civilization discovering nuclear weapons, artificial intelligence, biotechnology,
climate engineering. Each technology brings tremendous power and tremendous risk. Perhaps civilizations routinely destroy themselves before reaching the stars, not because they are evil, but because intelligence creates dangers faster than wisdom evolves. If this is true, then the silence of the universe is not mysterious. It is a graveyard.
But there are less frightening possibilities. Space is unbelievably vast. Light travels at nearly 300,000 kilometers per second, yet even at that speed, crossing our galaxy takes around 100,000 years. Distances between stars are enormous. A civilization could exist right now on a planet thousands of light years away. Their signals may still be traveling toward us. Or our signals may not have reached them yet. Humanity has been broadcasting radio waves for only about a century. Our detectable bubble extends roughly 100 light years into space. Compared to the size of the Milky Way, that is practically nothing. A tiny ripple in an enormous ocean. Maybe aliens exist. We simply haven't had enough time to find each other.
Another fascinating idea is that we are early. The universe is around 13.8 billion years old. That sounds ancient, but compared to the future, it may still be young. Many stars smaller than our sun will continue shining for trillions of years. That's thousands of times longer than the universe has existed so far. Some scientists argue that most intelligent civilizations may not appear until the distant future. If that's true, humanity could be among the first, not the last, not alone forever, just early, like arriving at a city before anyone else has moved in. Then there is the darkest possibility of all, the dark forest theory. Imagine a dark forest at night. Every civilization is a hunter hiding among the trees. Nobody knows who is friendly, nobody knows who is dangerous, and everyone knows that a sufficiently advanced civilization could destroy a weaker one. In such an environment, revealing your location becomes extremely risky. The safest strategy is silence. If every civilization follows this logic, the galaxy would appear completely quiet. Not because nobody is there, but because everyone is hiding, waiting, listening, afraid. The dark forest theory remains speculative, but it captures something important. The universe may not behave according to human expectations. Alien minds could think in ways we cannot imagine. Their motivations may be completely different from ours. There is another possibility we rarely consider. Maybe the evidence is already here, but we don't recognize it. Imagine showing a smartphone to someone living 1,000 years ago. They would struggle to understand what they were seeing. Now, imagine encountering a civilization millions of years more advanced than humanity. Their technology could appear indistinguishable from natural phenomena. We may be searching for radio signals while advanced civilizations communicate using methods we have not yet discovered. Perhaps we're looking for campfires while they use stars as computers. So, where does this leave us? The truth is that we don't know, and that's what makes the Fermi Paradox so fascinating. Each explanation tells a different story about humanity. If life is rare, we are precious. If intelligence is rare, we are extraordinary. If the great filter lies ahead, we must be careful. If civilizations are distant, we must be patient. If we are early, we may help shape the future of the universe. And if others are out there right now, then one day we may finally hear them. For now, the night sky remains silent. But silence is not evidence of emptiness. The universe is vast beyond comprehension. And humanity has only just begun looking. Perhaps somewhere on a distant world beneath an alien sky, another civilization is asking the same question. Looking into the darkness, listening carefully, and wondering, where is everybody?